Brad Pitt, born December 18, 1963, the Fight Club heartthrob, hid addiction and divorce behind charm. His inner chaos bled into a lonely empire worth $400 million. At 61, he questions if his beauty cursed him to love and lose forever. Mel Gibson, born January 3, 1956, the Braveheart warrior fell to scandals, addiction, and exile from Hollywood's grace. At 69, with $425 million, he roams a lonely kingdom, haunted by battles lost both on screen and within. Emilio Estevez, born May 12, 1962, the Breakfast Club rebel vanished into obscurity, escaping fame's cruel glare. Broken dreams and estranged ties haunt him. At 63, his $18 million fortune whispers of what could have been. Kurt Russell, born March 17, 1951, the escape from New York, anti-hero balanced fame with private torment. Broken friendships and regrets gnawed quietly. At 74, his $100 million feels like a gilded cage of memories he can't outrun. Kiefer Sutherland, born December 21, 1966, the 24, stars spiraled through addiction and shattered relationships, his demons lurking off-screen. At 58, his $100 million empire feels fragile, as fame and loneliness wage a quiet war in his soul. Michael J. Fox, born June 9, 1961, the Back to the Future hero's charm hid the slow cruelty of Parkinson's. At 64, with $65 million, his courage shines, yet his body betrays him, forcing him to confront fragility as life's bitter teacher. Jason Patric, born June 17, 1966, known for Sleepers, lived in the shadows of Hollywood royalty, haunted by broken loves and career stalls. At 59, his $3 million fortune feels cold comfort for a heart weighed by missed chances. Michael Madsen, born September 25, 1957, the brooding face of Reservoir Dogs, spiraled into addiction and bankruptcy. At 67, with $2 million left, he limps through life scarred by personal loss and brushes with death. George Clooney, born May 6, 1961, the eternal charmer of Ocean's 11, hides a lifetime of failed romances and crippling back pain. Now 64, his $500 million empire can't soothe the ache of growing older under Hollywood's glare. Jason Statham, born July 26, 1967, the stoic hero of The Transporter, fought demons of poverty and betrayal. At 58, his $90 million success masks the price paid in trust and blood to rise from the streets to stardom. Joaquin Phoenix, born October 28, 1974, forever marked by River's death, buried his grief in Joker. At 50, his $60 million net worth means little beside a soul perpetually mourning lost innocence. Arnold Schwarzenegger, born July 30, 1947, conquered the world in Terminator, yet infidelity and scandal shattered his family. At 78, with $450 million, he reflects on power's cost and the ruins left in its pursuit. Robert Wagner, born February 10, 1930, Robert Wagner charmed audiences in Heart to Heart, yet whispers of scandal and personal loss haunted him. At 95, his $20 million wealth feels like a fragile mask over decades of regret. Max Gail, born April 5, 1943, Max Gail's warmth in Barney Miller hid deep sorrow from personal tragedy and a career lost to time. Now 82, his $6 million net worth rests quietly as he lives in reflection and solitude. Patrick Duffy. Born March 17, 1949, Patrick Duffy rose to fame in Dallas, but behind the glamour lay profound grief and faded opportunities. At 76, he holds on to $30 million, yet the silence off-screen grows heavier. Catherine Bach. Born March 1, 1954, Catherine Bach's Daisy Duke in The Dukes of Hazzard made her an icon, yet betrayal and obscurity followed. At 71, her $10 million fortune feels distant from her glory days. Al Pacino. Born April 25, 1940, Al Pacino's fire in The Godfather and Scarface hid loneliness and battles with demons. At 85, his $120 million legacy looms large, but love and peace remain elusive. Dolph Lundgren. Born November 3, 1957, the Rocky IV icon hid decades of pain behind his stoic face. Fame brought isolation, health battles, and betrayal. At 67, he faces his mortality, reflecting on love lost and a fortune of $18 million that feels hollow. Brendan Fraser. Born December 3, 1968, the beloved star of The Mummy, rose high before crashing under betrayal, divorce, and injuries that stole his career. At 56, with $20 million, he claws back, haunted by fame's cost and scars no award can erase. Matt Damon. Born October 8, 1970, the Bourne hero chased perfection, yet grief and regret stalked him off camera. At 54, his $170 million empire feels hollow as he wonders if success cost him his soul. Richard Gere. Born August 31, 1949, the Pretty Woman icon carried quiet heartbreak under his silver-haired glow. Failed marriages and lost children left him searching. At 75, his $120 million wealth cannot mend the ache of time. Tom Cruise. Born July 3, 1962, the Top Gun legend flew too close to power. Scientology, broken marriages, and obsession left him estranged. At 63, with $600 million, he's a king in a glass castle, haunted by whispers he can't silence. Cillian Murphy. Born May 25, 1976, the Peaky Blinders antihero hides in shadows off-screen. Shunning Hollywood's glare, he wrestles with alienation and purpose. At 49, his $20 million wealth feels weightless against the void inside. Antonio Banderas. Born August 10, 1960, the desperado star masked heartbreak and health scares behind his charm. Strokes and failed loves left scars deeper than fame could heal. At 64, his $50 million fortune feels like a fragile illusion of joy. Michael J. Fox. Born June 9, 1961, the Back to the Future hero's charm hid the slow cruelty of Parkinson's. At 64, with $65 million, his courage shines, yet his body betrays him, forcing him to confront fragility as life's bitter teacher. Jason Patric. Born June 17, 1966, known for Sleepers, lived in the shadows of Hollywood royalty, haunted by broken loves and career stalls. At 59, his $3 million fortune feels cold comfort for a heart weighed by missed chances. Michael Madsen. Born September 25, 1957, the brooding face of Reservoir Dogs, spiraled into addiction and bankruptcy. At 67, with $2 million left, he limps through life scarred by personal loss and brushes with death. George Clooney. Born May 6, 1961, the eternal charmer of Ocean's 11, hides a lifetime of failed romances and crippling back pain. Now 64, his $500 million empire can't soothe the ache of growing older under Hollywood's glare.